We're back, and I'm a couple minutes late, but we're here. I've got some coffee. It's gonna be great. And yeah, you can see Stoke Fire on the left here. I've added a few things. You can now build huts, which is pretty cool. And there's some other stuff that goes on with adding villagers, which is also kind of cool. But today we are going to be trying out Cursor. We're going to be trying out this new AI IDE tool. It's going to be pretty sweet. I've been using GitHub's Copilot for quite a while. I've been using that for a while now, and it's awesome. I use it quite a bit. But I'm hearing lots of good things about Cursor, and everyone's saying, oh, you got to try this thing out. And so that's what we're going to do today and see if we can actually build some more UI. You know, because Stoke Fire, this app I'm working on, this game, it's pretty basic, right? Pretty basic UI. And it doesn't really matter a ton in the beginning. It's like I gotta like make the logic good and make the thing fun first. But we are going to be adding some more UI and stuff. So I want to see. I feel like that's where Cursor would probably be best, is for that instead of smart contract stuff. A little bit more iffy. Like I'm sure it can do that too, but I don't trust it as much. So I feel like UI is like a good test. It's like if it looks good, then that's great, and it's like all right, it works. And you can kind of see it, and it makes sense. So that's what we're going to try to do. I have not tried it at all. I just downloaded it, so you can see we have it here, and we're going to run through it and try this out and see how it goes. So should be fun. Thanks for joining along. If you have any questions or thoughts, just reply in the chat or whatever, and I will get to those. So yeah. So all right, let's just jump into this. So it is like VS Code, at least that's what I hear. It's like VS Code, and then it has like AI added onto it. Language for AI. Okay, so I think English by default. You're running for Codebase. Codebase wide. So I think this is like it can see my whole code base, which I'm fine with. Add installer command. Cursor. I don't think I really need that. We don't really need that. Let's see. Okay. Is this pulling over from my VS Code somehow? Maybe. Let's continue with default. Let's do privacy mode. Okay, I'm all set. Probably have to sign up. Okay, that just pulled up a tab somewhere else where you can't see. But that's fine. I'll just create an account over there real quick. I think it's like $20 a month maybe. Which, come on, for $20, if this is as good, like say, to hire a software developer, that would be, that's expensive. It's like $100 an hour or something, crazy like that. Let's see, sign in. Where if you paid $20 for a month to have like, if this thing can actually write code for you, it's just like working. That would be pretty awesome. Let's see, I'm going to switch over here so I can go through my email, sign up for a couple things, do a couple things here. But that would be pretty crazy. So it's a good deal. Let's just say it's a good deal. Trying to sign in, but it's not really working. So the AI is not working so far. Let's see. All I want to do is just sign in. Oh, that's what they sent me to the sign in and sign up, and it wasn't very clear. That's always the worst when in a service when you're like, I'm trying to create an account, and they send you to the sign in, and the UI doesn't make that clear enough. So, guess we just have to do that. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. We're making progress here, even though you can't see it. Okay, I'm signed in. Here, now I will show you this. Because we got to figure out our settings here. Okay. Oh, I guess I'm showing my email, so that's cool. Premium mode, and your cursor small, no limit. Okay, is that it? Do we have to go upgrade to pro right now, or okay, we got 14 days. We got 14 days to try cursor out. Let's just look at the landing page real quick. Built to make you extraordinarily productive. Cursor is the best way to code with AI. So kind of the idea, if you don't know about what Cursor is, basically it's like Visual Studio Code. So it's a code editor. You can edit your code with it. But then this AI kind of is helping you as you go. And you can kind of open up another tab to have a conversation with it, and like it can kind of help you. Or you could, I think it will, it will analyze your code as you're writing, and it might suggest you, hey, do you want to do this? And you can like do stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Check out the 1-minute trailer if you have not, but we're going to check it out here. Oh, here we're kind of seeing a little bit like you're chatting with it. I think you can like review the code before you like then put it into, like that, like the green and red. You can actually like review the code before you put it into your code. Okay, I just hit tab, and then you can like edit there. So yeah, let's actually see this. It says I'm all set. Guess now I have to log in again on here. Okay. We're in. And it just pulled up one of my other projects. Thanks for doing that real quick. Let's see. New window. We're going to open up the Stoke Fire app here. Boom. Cut out this one. And so otherwise, it's looking, this is looking pretty similar to Visual Studio Code. We've got a welcome over here, accept an autocomplete. Oh, nice. It has some like tasks for us to do. Prompt in that, ask a question, chat with your code base. All right, well, I guess we should just try to do each one of these. So accept an autocomplete. So I'm supposed to start just typing, and it will probably pop up. And then we just hit tab, I'm guessing. Cursor can suggest gray text or diffs on the side of your cursor. Yep, that makes sense. All right, let's try to do that. So what we want to do here, trying to think what some changes we can do to like make this better. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is kind of create a, so right now, I got to run this. Is everything else running? No. I have like a indexer, a backend. I have to have all those things running for this to work on the dev app here. So right now I have 2 tabs in the app. We have just like a very simple account page. And what I want to do, because I'm going to eventually add more tabs. And so what I want to do is have up here, just always in the right up here, will be like a little icon little logo of a guy of your profile picture, and it'll be up here, and you'll click on that, and that will take you to the account page, because then it'll just open up more area for us to do things. So that's kind of the plan. And so let's kind of jump to somewhere where we can maybe start editing in the app and have the AI help us do that. So maybe the first way we do that, we're going to need basically like a little image to show. So we're going to need like a little component. So let's just make a new component, and it'll be something like pfp.tsx. And basically just going to be showing our image. Oh, I'm seeing it. It's already starting to, I'm just hitting tab, and look at that. We've got our second checkbox zooming in there. We made it. Okay, so at least know we're trying to get PFP here. We're passing the string. I mean, that's almost all we need, I think. I mean, we might add some extra styling to this to make it look a little bit different. But it'll be interesting to see if that works. I think that will work, because I have a URL for each PFP, and we can just kind of send it in. We might have to do a little bit more to get that data, but that could work. Okay, prompt and edit. How do we do this? Ask the AI to change a chunk of code with Command K. Oh, okay. So we just kind of highlight Command K, tell it to do something. All right, I have an idea. Let's do Command K. Let's see if it could do this. Make it the image so that the height and width is able to fit in the top menu in the top right of a tab menu, and make the image a circle. Okay, submit edit. Okay, it's thinking. Okay, huge. This is big. All right, so okay, 32 pixels. That sounds pretty good. Border radius 50%. Object fit cover. That sounds like that might work, but I'm gonna give it a follow-up instruction. Instead of using styles, use Tailwind CSS. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I think it's working. Let's accept. We're going to accept that. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Like, if you could just do that, imagine you could do that for anything. Like, if you can do that for everything. Like, if you're just talking as you code from now on, in some ways, yeah, I'd be a little bit sad, but it's like project managers would be like the new coders. They just like, hey, this is what I want. Tell it what they want, and then that's like it. But I mean, think how much faster we could go. Oh, it's way more. I'm seeing Chase now. Thanks for the comments. More than $20 a month. Okay, maybe it's more. It might be based on your usage. Like, maybe it's by how much the AI is using it. Let's actually go check. How expensive is this? Pricing. So $20 a month for Pro. Unlimited completions. I mean, what's 10 Claude uses per day? Maybe that's where there's, I don't see where it'd be more than $20. I mean, it seems like it's $20. I don't see like a usage fee. But okay, so, and then, $40 if you wanted some admin kind of business stuff, which we don't care about. So I think it's $20. If it was $20 to have an AI guy do your work, and then I can just play the project manager. I can just be telling it what to do. I mean, I could see this really being a game changer for creating apps and stuff. But I mean, we have to figure this out more. We're just getting started. Let's see we got to push it to its limits. What can this thing actually do? So, all All right, now that we have this, hey, we got this check. We did that. We got to ask a question over in the right. Hit Command L to ask about a piece of code. Okay, so you have to highlight again, maybe. Chat with your code base. Okay, this is pretty cool. I'm liking this. Okay, so next thing that we need to do is we need to actually put this in our menu nav. So if we go over to, I believe it's layout.txx, maybe, oh no, under tabs, and then index.tsx. So this is React Native, by the way. We've got our tabs here. See, this is why I haven't touched some of this code in a little bit. So this is why, here we go. It's good to have the my AI guy help me, because maybe he can help me do this. But so this is the screen. So we've got our village tab. So that's our first tab we've got. And then we've got our account tab. And so this is where you could add some settings like header right. It's probably something like that to basically add our image. So let's talk here to our AI. Ask anything. Can you add our PFP component that we just created to this account tab? Maybe I'm not supposed to try to do code here though. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do with the other thing, but we'll see what it does. We'll see. Just created to this account tab. What do we want? On the right of the menu, on the top right. Maybe that's. Certainly. Oh, wow. Tab.screen. Okay, so tab bar icon. This is what we already have. Header right. Yep, here it is. Margin right. So why'd they do the margin right? They tell us even. I think. Maybe I thought they told us. That's pretty cool. So now I think we have some options. We can copy, we can apply, we can ask some more questions, ask follow-up. Man, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and apply. And now we can see we've got some green here. And it doesn't know how to get this, apparently, correctly. Probably just the wrong, I mean, I'll change this, PFP. This might fix it over there. Can I make this smaller? It's not in my way. Okay, already included file name. Differs from file name. I mean, it shouldn't. It should be good. Oh, expo image. Yeah, I'll probably have to do expo image. But maybe the AI doesn't know I'm using expo. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, style doesn't even exist on this. We'll just get rid of this for now. We can pop into here. We need, oh, it knew to do that. That's nice. Let me pull, for now, I'm just gonna pull an actual image. That we can use for testing, and then I'll actually have to like grab the data better some way. Here we go. This should be my PFP here. All right, what's the issue here? Already included file name. of hard for me to see. Export function. It's not a default, so that should be good. That should be great. That's weird. I thought it changed that, but okay. I like that now. So if we go over here, yeah, so now, let's see, maybe it doesn't work. Okay, yeah, so now it's having issues with resolving that PFP file over here because it's in all caps, but in the editor, it doesn't have an issue. That's weird. Yeah, look at that. So it's mad here and it's wrong. So maybe this is a cursor bug of some sort. Because it should be that. Yeah. Let's see if cursor knows what to do here. So what do I do? Command K? Or no, you do Command L to ask questions. Oh, this is funny. Really small over here. Why is it not liking my import? Let's see if it knows. Let's see what it says. Oh, blame me. Oh, it's pointing fingers. It's pointing fingers at me. It's not me. It's you. It's not cursor. No bugs here. Typos, whatever, yada yada. I could do this. Did that work? Where'd it go? Except I can't even see the change. Accept this. Yes, accept. Apply. Huh. It's not working. Okay, it's not working. I mean, we could copy it over. Also, where did it even put my... Yeah, so this is instead of using direct to components, it's trying to do this, which is a little weird. Tabs, object one. Has too many of these. Because we go out of tabs, go out of app, then go into components. This should be the right path. See, I wonder if it's still thinking lowercase. Yeah, it is. And then it yells. All right, so let's see if we can change this back, if that fixes it. And so now, hopefully both things are true. And so then I should be able to do this shortcut here for the import. Okay, we're working. But the question now is, why is no image showing up? I should have an image showing up, right? Come on, cursor. Okay, let's ask the AI about this. Chat with your code base. So maybe this is when we can do this feature. Hit Command Enter in chat to have the AI scan your code base. Ooh. So it's Command L to chat. And right now it just knows about my current file. So he said Command Enter, or maybe it's Command Enter. Chat with your code base. Hit Command plus Enter in chat to have AI scan your code base. Okay. Chat. Oh, Command Enter there. Oh, maybe I have to do it. Maybe it's just as I'm chatting, I guess, and then I hit Command Enter. All right, let's ask her a question. Why is my PFP not showing up in the header? Oh. Haha. It should be right here, only on the accounts tab, but it's still not there. So something's still not working. Up in the header, the account tab, Command Enter. Okay, so I'll usually enter and you ask questions, but if you do Command Enter, then it's like jumping through all the files and it's doing a little investigation for us. Isn't that nice of the AI? Then guess to investigate why your profile picture PFP is not showing up in the header on the account tab, let's look at the relevant parts of the code. Tab layout file, they found that. That was good. Yep, right here. Okay, also, is it gone? I think it's gone. What happened there? Well, that's why it's gone. Maybe, let's see if the investigator, our AI investigator found this out. Somewhere in the mix, we deleted that code. I don't know where that happened. I don't see any implementation for displaying a profile picture in the header of the account tab. The account tab is defined. Yep. Header right. Okay, yeah. You somehow deleted it. Okay, we're adding it here. Okay. Apply. Okay, I said apply. Continue. Is that what we need to do? Generating. I'm not seeing it pop up. That's my problem. It's not even popping up. Oh, there it is. Boom, we're here. We're live. It's back. And it added that too. So now, maybe this is our issue. Let's get rid of this margin right because we don't have that. PFP. Is that my PFP? Is that the right one? Wow, somehow it remembered this link that I had pasted in before. That's pretty cool. I remembered that. All right, everything's looking happy now. Let's see if it's actually there. No, it breaks. Lies have happened. Okay. View config getter callback for component image must be a function received undefined. Make sure to start component names with a capital letter. Yeah, this might be where we have to use expo image. Let's see if the AI knows about this. So we do Command K. No, let's do Command L. Y. Actually, no, let's go over to the PFP here, do this, and do Command L. Why isn't this image working? It gets an error. Does it need to be an expo image? Let's see. Since this is an expo project, if you didn't know AI, do you know everything? Enter. Okay. So, yeah, it has to be an expo image because HTML images don't work in expo. You should have known this. API. Cursor. Whatever we call you. Source, yes. Well, that was cool. The new to kind of to fix that. Alt PFP. Save. Exit out of that. And if we go back, boom. Would you look at that? We have right here, it's very small. We have my image. It's there. The AI has done it. We've done something. This is pretty cool. So yeah, I see why they want to do a margin right. So we can just add that here because too much. It kind of needs to look like it's actually in the corner. Wow, man, this could be game changer. This could be game changer. Now, the thing is, we want it to be on every tab. We are 100% done with the welcome. We have been welcomed. We have actually been welcomed here. I feel very welcome. I feel like I know what's going on here in Cursor now. I haven't gotten the commands quite right. Command K, Command L. I just have to keep remembering that, I guess. I have a cookie. So we can exit out of that. I feel very welcomed. So I'm wondering why. Oh, so maybe this is my issue. Because I have all this green. I might have to click accept still here. For this. Yep. To actually be accepted. So I think that was my issue last time. Is we did the changes and then didn't actually fix it. So I think that was my problem. So I guess I'll have to get used to doing that, is accepting. It looked like it was a command enter for a shortcut there. Okay, so now I want to tell it this. Maybe do this. Oops. This header right needs to be for all tabs. Can you make that happen? Certainly can make it right. Make it happen. Okay, interesting. So it's now adding it to the screen options. So this is, I've used Expo a little bit, so I don't even know some of this stuff. Like I would have to go look at the docs to be like, hey, how does this work in Expo? So it just telling me this is pretty nice. Like I knew you could add header right to each individual tab, and that's what I probably would have done. I'd just been like, all right, I'm just gonna add it. But it actually telling me is pretty helpful. So can I now apply this and say, yes, let's just do that. Apply. And boom, look at that. Okay, why is it getting rid of my router though? That's a little weird. Wow, they're just wanting to start hacking away at stuff. They're hacking away. What oh, their AI didn't do everything. So I guess we have to say like, hey, just give me, so I can accept here or I can accept here. Interesting. Can I tell it, can I change it? Can I be like, okay, so let's do reject and then maybe ask. So we're now asking that code, I think, and say, just change the screen options. Don't delete my other code. Please don't do it. Let's see now if it is better for me. So, oh, I think so. No, wait, no. If I apply this is just gonna delete a ton of stuff, right? It's gonna delete these. I guess there are comments, so it's like, why do you have those in here, man? But I wanted to, to save it for later. Maybe that's not good practice, but I wanted to. And it's not deleting this. So I think we're safe to accept that. All right, so exit out of this. So we added this, we added that. Header, title style. Okay, so it's pixelifying some other things as well. We still have this, so we probably can remove it. But now if I save, we now have that on both. Okay, pretty cool. It's there. Oops. Okay, so we should be able to just delete this here. and save, still there. So it's working. It is working. The AI is teaching us and coding for us. It's doing all the hard lifting, so we don't have to do as much. Okay, so the next thing here to actually make this legit that we need to do is we need to actually pull this from data, right? We can't just be putting a little string in there. We want this to be the actual data, actual PFP for every user that's playing this game. So let me show you, let me bring down this. So this right here is my indexer. And this was actually just last night. I added this player object and it has an address, bio, display name, ID, PFP, username. So we want this PFP, and that's the one that I have right now. But we need to get all this data, and we need to have it like locally. We need to have this data in the app, and also I need to like probably put it in a hook, like save it into a hook, and I want it to be saved by local storage. So let's see if we can have the AI help us do this. We're really going to be, trusting our AI here, our AI friend Cursor. I feel like we need a name. We need a name for this guy, for our AI friend. What are we going to call him? But we have, if I can remember where it is, we should have a hook. Yes. So very similar to this. This is pulling our village, and it's then saving it. Doesn't this save this? It's using SWR to do the query. And I'm pretty sure this is saving it locally somehow too. We have our fetcher. What's our fetcher? Yep. I guess this is going to happen every time we use this hook. It's going to get the most up to date, and we're not necessarily storing it anywhere. I think this account is where we're doing that. Yeah. This is going to set the village ID, set the address. Use account store. Yeah. So our account store, this is using Zustand. So we're using Zustand, and it is storing this in JSON storage, async storage. So we might eventually want to put this in here, like have our user in here. That would probably make sense so that when we open up our app, it's like fast and stuff like that. Right now we just have like village or address and village ID. Get village for address. And this is going to happen on setup. So, but it's going to be similar to this. Village ID. Yeah, I'm just thinking where I want this to be. I think we want it to be in here, actually. And we can set some of those things. It's kind of like a part of your account, I guess. It'd be nice if I could just put the player in here. But if we copy this, this could be a util that's used later as well. All right, let's try this. Let's talk. Let's do some talking. Command L. Create a use player hook that is very similar to the use village.ts hook. It's going to have a query to the GraphQL API to grab a player and return it from the hook. Use WSR. And I think it probably makes sense for us to do the use code base. So we do command enter. It's going to search our files. It's going to find that use village hook. It's going to hopefully generate a file for us. Look at that. Defines the player result. It creates a player query. Probably going to have the player query wrong, but we'll see. I mean, it's looking decent. It even created a player for us. Username. Oh, now that's pretty sweet because I had it searched through our code base. I'm pretty sure it probably found, like we have a player response in our indexer, which is in this code base, and it probably found that. I was like, oh, I know exactly how to define a player, because that's exactly right. It's right now. So it was able to define our player correctly, which is pretty cool. So I guess the thing I'm figuring out is how do I... Oh, wait a second. Is it trying to throw it in here? Oh, wait. Okay, it just showed me that. I want it to actually create a new file. Will it do that? That's the question. So if I click apply, where is this even going? Where is it putting it? Apply to use village.ts. Is it applying it here? So maybe I have to create files for it. I guess that makes sense. Cancel. We'll just create for it use player.ts. So now we have this, and can we say apply? Yes, apply to use player.ts, continue. And boom, there it is. Accept, save. And just like that, we have created the hook that looks like it might actually work. All right, so we now have this use player. Let's go take this use player up to our layout here. And we can say cons, just auto create that. This, we need our FID. Actually, no. It should be... we basically just have our village ID. Which, yeah, we probably want to add some more data to this so it's a little easier. What does our hook even query by? It's querying by FID. Maybe I would rather it, let's see. So here, let's query by, so the FID that's the FID. We could query by the address as well, because that's actually something we have, yeah. So this should be, yeah, we should be able to do, or maybe we're not able to do that, sadly. Players, oh, we could do players where address equals yada yada. So we'll have to change this. And we can limit to 1 because there should only be 1. So this will change it a little bit, but nothing cursor can't handle, right? So that should work, I think. Now we got to pass address down here. Let's ask our cursor AI. Let's do this and then do Command L. Do you think this will work to query the address? See what it says. It has a small issue. Look at that. Look at that. It knows to put some strings. We have to have a string there. Apply, accept. That's pretty cool. I feel like we're like a superhero now. We are just like making this happen. Wow. Okay, we want the address here. Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? I should be able to get the address from use account right there. So what is it not? Oh yeah, maybe it's doing the wrong. That should be right. Cannot find name. Yeah, we have to. AI fix in chat. Oh, let's see if it can do my import for me. Yeah, nope, wrong use account. You're wrong. No, it's. I think I can do that. Sure. You are wrong. Use account comes from my own file. We can talk kind of sassy to our guy. Hey, but it did find that I need that use player hook as well. So we apply that, boom and boom. And then accept. But it still can't find this module. Yeah, because I think it's wrong. So it's not always right. Look at that. We need components path in there. Whoops, whoa. Hey, but it tried. It's getting close. I'm trying to make my text bigger so that you guys can see it as well, but it's kind of large for me. Hello, Gobo. I have a lot of success using NeoVim. That's slightly more limited features than Cursor, though. Yeah, dangerous how much you have to less think about things. Yeah, that is a little bit dangerous. Like if I kind of stop looking at my code and how I'm doing stuff, one, am I getting dumber over time? Am I just going to be like not knowing how to code anymore because I'm just letting this AI do all the work for me? Like that's a little bit scary. Wow, yeah, that's something else. Yeah, that is a little bit scary. Player.pfp. It's not going to like that it's string or undefined. So we have to do something like that. Or eventually what would be great is we had like a default static image. Yeah, that would be a little bit scary. If I just leave it up to the AI to do things from now on. I think I'm always going to be kind of double checking stuff, making sure things are actually like working, All right, let's see if we did this right. Ooh. What's going on here? What did you break? What'd you break, cursor? It's not showing up, man. It's not showing up at all. It's broken now. All right, let's see. Let's see if you can fix this. You broke things. Let's see if you can fix it. First, let's see. Yeah. Thank you, cursor. That's what we want to see. Thank you. Yeah, errors. Cannot query field ID on type player page location. Okay, so something's wrong in our query. Let's see. Yeah, our query is wrong. We need items. We need things. Should just be able to add this. Boom, boom. See, sometimes it's just faster to do it yourself, though, I feel like. Data, players, items. Also, you're wrong here. AI is wrong. It's not here. It's not what you were thinking. But to be fair, player. To be fair, we kind of changed things up on him. And so that's maybe where bugs can come into play, right? Player. Get rid of this. Yes, that. Hey, it was right there. Yeah, I could see potentially little bugs and things sneaking up because you're not really watching everything. You're just kind of like, oh yeah, whatever you said, that looks great. And then you kind of forget to think about certain things. Or if I was writing this all myself, I'd be like, oh yeah, I need to change that, I need to do that. I'm guessing that it's also probably, it takes practice. Whoa, what's going on there? Getting used to using it to where you kind of get better with it. Items, all right. Okay, it looks like maybe this is working now, but we also need to grab that. So is it listening to me? Is cursor listening to me right now? It knew I wanted to change that and update it. So we should have something here. So what is here? Undefined. There is nothing there. Player items. We need to get the items. We got that. If we actually look, we need players. There's nothing at player. There's nothing at players, man. So we need players. Still undefined over here. Players, data, players, items, and then that. So data, players, here we go. Items, players, save. Still nothing. Okay, we need to call the reinforcements, right? This is where, you're stuck. I'm sure, we have something here. It should be very close. It shouldn't be hard. But we are going to see what the AI thinks. Why is my image not showing for the PFP? Something is wrong in use player hook to get the data correctly. Oh, you guys can't see. Oh man, you can't see where I'm typing. I'm typing that out. All right, we need the code base here. We need all the help we can get. We're going to do a command enter. That means cursor is going to go look through all of our code. Man, it doesn't seem to be helping me very much. Because you're wrong. It's not in the PFP component. It's undefined. So, not that helpful. You were wrong. We kind of know that it's right here. Something right here is not working. We know that. But apparently it does not know that. Let me see what this query is. So if I do this, Could even be, it's probably something like address is null. That's probably what it is. Nope, not null. And if I look at my address, it's the wrong address. So that's a problem. Wonder where this other address is from. So it is getting this one for whatever reason. So it's more something with my data because I have two different test accounts here apparently. And it has the wrong address for, I guess, locally. Or we only saved, let's see, if we do players like this. So we got 2 villages, but we only have 1 player. So I think it's actually something in my indexer then that is causing me to not create more players. Hey, Complexity, hello. Thanks for joining. Hello, Prithvara. I'm not saying your name right, but yes, Stoke Fire is kind of my next project I'm working on. It's been fun building a mobile game, and it's on the blockchain. So this is all going to be on chain. All these actions and things that you do are on chain, and yeah, it should be kind of fun. Trying to do something new. I like. There's been some on-chain games, but I want to make something that's a little different and new. And I think there's some on-chain like Web3 kind of games that could really work. I think there's been some success, but they all kind of like fade away. So I'm trying to make something that could like last for a longer term. And I think there's something there. I think this could be a fun little on-chain game here. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, so I think to fix this problem, if we go to my indexer here, you'll see here what we do is when we create, when a user mints their village, so they get their first village, which is free, by the way, we then go and create the player. Now, gotcha. So the problem is for testing purposes, I'm doing something where I have a test player right here. I get a test player, and if there isn't already a player for that ID, basically I'm only creating one. And so this is wrong. I need to create a player multiple times for every test player because I'll probably be testing more. And so what happened was I had 2 test accounts, 2 test villages. The first one got overridden by the second one here. And so now there's only 1 for the address. So what we can do, let's have our AI help us because that's what we're trying to do here. So Command K to edit. Can you create a new, or no, let's see. We're only creating a player. So we need to, can you create a new player? Oh wait, but it's creating a player and it's not updating. So we should have, hold on, I gotta rethink this. So if it's not a Farcaster user, that means we're in test mode because we're using like email accounts. And so then we get a test player, we see if there's a current player. Gotcha. And only if there's already a player do we then create one if there's not. But we are going to have one. So we need to do an else. And basically we're going to create multiplayers of the same FID, which could be potentially an issue because all my test players are the same. So that could be an issue, actually. But we'll see. We'll try it out. Command K. Can you create a test player? Also, if there isn't a current one. I mean, this should just be a copy paste of this, right? It should be. Yeah, it should be. Oh, it's doing an update. Why are you doing an update? Yeah, our ID is FID. So we can only have one test player basically with what I'm doing, which is fine. That probably makes more sense. But I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix having multiple test counts again. For some reason, I have multiple right now. What did I change here? That. So we're just going to have to fix this another way. Well, ideally, we would be trying to get this user by FID in our hook instead of by address. That would be best. And we could do that because we have by FID here. Just we're not saving that anywhere. So maybe I need to save that somewhere. Okay. When we save this, do we have that data? We should be able to do it here. Set. So if I had FID, something like this, account dot. Chain ID. Address. This is privy stuff. Well, no, this is my wallet. Yeah, this is privy stuff. So it might not have that info at this point. Sadly. We want to get that. All right. Well, I don't know off the top of my head how to get it. I'd have to look at some docs probably. Look at some privy docs. But let's see if our handy AI guy, how can I get the Farcaster FID for an account in the use account class? We're going to see if Cursor can do this for me. You know, AI, can you fix my problems? Fix all my problems. That's what I'm asking right now. I should just put that in the chat. And we got to pull out the big guns. We're going to do Command Enter to do the whole code base because we want it to know everything that's going on. So it's going to read all these files. It's going to do all this stuff. It is investigating for us. You'll need to modify in the use account function. Here's how you can do it. First, add an FID field to use account store. Where is it? I thought you were going to add that. Oh, you added it here in the clear, but you didn't add it up here. Maybe this guy's not that smart. He might not be smart enough. We'll have to see. Hey everybody, thanks for joining. Welcome. Okay, what does it say next? Modify this block and include the FID field. Hey, it did do it. It did know how to do it. Okay. Next, modify the use account function, include the FID and set FID. Okay, FID where? Okay, you're setting it here. This is wrong at this moment, at least. Okay, I don't see what you did. Did you do this? That code does not work. What are you thinking? Update this block as follows. FID, state FID. Okay, yep, that makes sense. Hey, you're grabbing the user Farcaster FID. Is that a thing? Is that something I missed? Or is it guessing? It might be guessing here. This user is from Privy, so, oh yeah, I think it's right actually. I think that is actually the Farcaster FID. And then set that there. These changes allow you to store and retrieve the Farcaster FID in the use account hook. Remember to update any components. Okay. So I guess kind of the issue or problem here is I can only accept or copy things. I can apply some of them. Here, I think this actually is going to work. I like your plan. We're going to apply that. We're going to then continue. So we apply that. It won't let me apply that. Why? Maybe, it's just telling me to update later. So I guess it's explaining it, and then we're applying, continue. Does that exit out my other changes? No, that's good. It keeps those, it looks like. Yeah, I know this window is really small. It's deleting stuff. Why are you deleting all that stuff? Okay. But let's hope that it does it right. Is it this one? Accept. Oh man, I think I just accepted all that stuff. It deleted some things I don't think I wanted to delete. Okay. Yeah, so Farcaster doesn't exist, so you were kind of wrong, it looks like. But I also feel like I removed things. Yeah, like it doesn't have this. It's kind of, oops, there we go. We are setting this, that's good. We're setting this. It's like we got to review everything kind of meticulously, I feel like. Like, okay, we have those things. We did that. That looks decent. Does this have... I like this view. Because then I can actually see what's going on here. Yeah, it deleted all this stuff. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? So we want to... How do I do... I don't know how to revert just some of this code. Oh, maybe this? If I click on this and do revert, there we go. That's looking better. Got to get used to some of the little bit of changes in the cursor UI here. Okay, but main problem is we still got to get that FID, which is kind of the main thing I was hoping it would do. I mean, I guess it was nice. It found some things. Let's see, what is on this object? Linked accounts. It's kind of annoying that yeah, this is probably what we want right here. Okay, so we can delete that. It's like sometimes it's just faster to kind of do it yourself. I'll probably just have to get better at it. Hey, Prith. Yeah, X, there's a lot more on X, but I think X, I don't necessarily trust the numbers on X. So it says to me that there's 177 on X. I think that that's just views, though. I don't think those are actually live people. I think that those are just people that like stopped by for a second and then probably went on. I think how they count their numbers is kind of weird. I think that's what's going on. Yeah, so I don't think there's as many people on X. As it says. Okay, let me make sure I'm doing things right here. So once it's ready, we're going to then set this. Let's just do to make sure and account.id. We don't want to set it to empty if we're like getting bad data. And this is just on the address. All right, let's see. And then let's see if that works. Now we have that in our account. So now up in the layout here, we should be able to get FID here. We're gonna have to refactor some of this stuff. FID is gonna be a number. See, it's just kind of faster for me to see things as I go and be like, okay, yeah, how's this work? Okay, yeah, we need to change that. Yeah. Where sometimes I just have to get better talking to the AI, I guess. Got to change all this stuff back. I wonder if I could be like, hey, anywhere where it's red, fix that, please. You know? Sure, we'll do 0. That's kind of for testing purposes. This is all going to be player. Don't need to do that anymore. Let's see. I should just be like, I need to be using fix the player result type to match the query. See what it does. Do it for me. Yeah, that looks right. That looks pretty good. And they fixed this issue too, except yeah, I could see getting good at this, and then you kind of are just like moving a lot quicker and building stuff. I like it. I think from this point on, I think I might be using this instead of Visual Studio Code. One of the things I like is the UI is very similar to Visual Studio. There's a couple different changes, but I could see using this going forward. It's definitely better than GitHub Copilot, I think. And just having the UI kind of like fit better. I think, this could be fun. Like we could be building a lot faster here potentially as I start to get better with this thing. Hey, Mark. Thanks for joining. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, let me know and I can explain those. Or what I'm building. What am I even doing here with this Stoke Fire stuff? All right, so now what we need to do is I think we have that fixed, potentially, hopefully have that issue fixed. We just got to test that out. Layout. Now passing that. We should be getting a player and then showing the PFP. So let's see if we can actually get this to work. Let's restart. Reload. So we're still getting player undefined. Oh, we're passing a 0. So that means we're not getting the FID somewhere. So something's broken. In our use accounts hook, get the FID, setting it, could be in here very well. Let's see. Let's see what's in here. Do we even have all of our linked accounts? And is that even right? I'm not sure. Reload. Where's my log? Oh, this only happens when we don't have an address already. So this is only like happens when the data is empty. We don't have a village ID. So maybe, I think this should work normally, but since we already have like an account kind of working, we might have to just kind of put it here for right now. Yada, yada. Okay, I think it's working now because I'm getting some data. Or no, that's the user data. Where's that coming from? Where's that log? Oh, it's right here. Hey, Mark. Yeah, I'm in React Native, and this is Expo. So using Expo with React Native to make a mobile app, and I have not used Expo a ton. It's pretty nice so far. I'm enjoying it. What's really cool about Expo is the updates, being able to update your code. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so linked accounts. It's not really showing me much. I wanted to see, let's see if we can log through here. The provider, so we know that we have the right thing here. Undefined, so that's not a thing. That's a problem. Okay, yeah. Let's get rid of that. Can't see what data we have on here. Let's stringify it maybe so I can actually see it. I think we might be able to see it if we do that. Potentially. Potentially not. No. Wallet, email. Okay, there's no Farcaster. Ah, yes. Okay, now I'm remembering. Because we're on a test account, we don't have a Farcaster. We don't have any Farcaster data, basically. Have I used Cursor Composer? I don't know what Composer is, but are you just talking about like using like this stuff here, or just using the chat to like create stuff? If that's what you're talking about, then yes, that's what I've just been doing and like figuring out for the first time. So I think what we're gonna have to do is have a Boolean is test or is, yeah, Command K. Yep, that's what I've been doing. But I need, I'm not using it enough. I probably need to use it more. I need to get better at it. So equals true, and we're gonna say something like this. Oh, look at this. It's just tell me. And actually what we're gonna do is we're going to set it to my, whatever mine is, 9166. So this is a test user. in this case, because we don't have an FID on this account. And so here we're now actually doing the right query, but as you can see in the string, I can tell those quotes should not be there. So I think we got to get rid of that FID. See if that works. Still not getting a player. Let's play around with this here and do, where's my 9166? Null. What? So yeah, our issue could be on this level. I wonder why we're not getting anything back here. Players. I still have this running, right? My indexer, yes. Players, items. So now it's like we have no players in here. What happened? Let's rerun my indexer just to make sure it's indexing everything. We did a mint, did 2 of those. So we should have 2 players now. There they are. And that's now working. Okay, so it might just work now. We might have actually had an issue on our indexer. And boom! Yes. You can see my PFP is now up here in the corner. So that's pretty sweet. And if I go over here, he's still there. So things are starting to come together here. Like, I think we're starting to actually get some pushable code here. Let's actually look through this real quick. Let's go remove. You know what? I'm not going to remove them. You remove them. Why am I doing all the hard work? Let's see. I don't. That would be cool though. You just be like, remove all console logs, but that's kind of also destructive. I just want to kind of look through it, remove some of these pieces I don't need, make sure it all works. So I think here we're doing all this stuff. I think. Hold account address. Let's add and is ready. Get rid of that. Account.provider. Before I remove that, yeah, it was the account. So really, I'm looking here. This data looks wrong. It should be real account.type right here. Equals Farcaster. And this would be .type. And so then once we actually have Farcaster accounts, that should be what we need, yep, to get our right type. And then if it's a Farcaster account type, I mean, this is type any, so it's hard to know if that's actually correct. It might not be. I think it's going to be FID. We're kind of guessing on that because we don't have this data right now. That's only on production. Wallet address leaked. It's these are like test wallet addresses. So don't worry about that. These are on like a test network that I'm running locally. So I have a good chocolate peanut butter cookie here. All right. Now, what we're going to try to do is we want to make clicking this actually go to your account page. So we're going to have, actually, before I do that, let's just make sure this looks good. Yeah. Make sure this all looks good. Let's go ahead and push this stuff. And then we're going to do this. We're going to make it be a button that clicks to the account page so that we don't really need this tab anymore, which will be nice because it'll open up so we can do some other stuff. So let's go ahead. We're actually going to do a new branch. We'll call it PFP, or we'll call it accounts. PFP. So that I don't update the master branch since we're doing some kind of new stuff here. Everything is good. So we're going to commit that. Add the PFP to the top. Okay. We're good. So now, question, did you ever make a SaaS by yourself? Yes, I did actually. The SaaS I made was Potion. I've made a couple. My main one that's done well was called Potion, and it was basically a website builder built on top of Notion. And I ran that business for like 2 years, and then a little over a year ago, I sold that, and that was like the best business I made so far. I sold it. I've been very open about all the numbers and stuff, so I might as well share it here. I sold that for $300,000, which was pretty good. I was really happy with that because I built that all by myself and didn't put any money into it other than like my time building it. And most of it I built like on the side of a full-time job. And then like a year into it, went full-time on it, on the business. And so ever since then, I've been pretty much on my own, which has been awesome. Started another business. Right now I have my main business is called Poolfish, and it's in the crypto space. Kind of helps very pro investors do liquidity providing, kind of helps them make decisions, has data and stuff. But this is kind of like my next big project. Like that's the plan, is making this app Stoke Fire. See, I went to the wrong way here. So yeah, I think this could go somewhere. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, that's kind of the long answer to that. Peter Levels, what's my thoughts on Peter Levels? He's awesome. I like Peter Levels. Definitely inspired me a lot in the beginning. I think what he's trying to do is really cool, of just like building a business, solo, and just trying to do stuff by yourself. Like that's definitely was inspiring to me. Like that's what, him and a few others made me kind of want to be an indie hacker and see, like, I think the cool thing about it is that, a lot of people were like wanting to build startups, wanting to build unicorns. And it's like the chances of making that work is just like not super high. I think that you have the better chance of making an indie kind of business that at least works for you and your family, and eventually making like some pretty good money doing that. Like I think you have a pretty good chance of doing that if you just kind of stick with it and keep going. So I really like that model, and I like what Peter Levels is doing. And with kind of this stuff we're talking about, if you're using AI, like it just kind of opens up, because obviously the biggest thing as a solo entrepreneur is you don't have many resources. You have to do this all by yourself. You have to figure it out all by yourself. And so having AI and like stuff like that, like it's just going to keep getting better over the next couple of years. And so I think that'll be a game changer for small solo indie developers, builders, creating things, just be able to go faster and be able to do more by yourself, which is sweet. Okay. So what we want to do is in these screen options, we're going to go ahead and talk to our AI friend, and we want to make our header right be a button that goes to the account page. And we want to remove, let's not remove it yet. We just want to make sure this works first. And I'll do Command Enter. I feel like that's the secret code here. Let it go through our whole code base. Shouldn't it already know our code base? Why does it have to search through every time? I feel like it should already know. And it should just be like updating based on that. Okay. All right, let's see what it did for us. Pressable. We're using a pressable, and we're going to navigate to the accounts. So it's pulling in navigation. Interesting. Allows it to be tappable. When pressed, it will navigate, yada, yada. Got to do that. Okay. Sounds easy enough, right? Let's go ahead and apply it. Let's go ahead and apply this. Continue. Did it work? I don't see pressable here. Oh, here it is. Accept. Okay. Exit out of that. Let's see if this actually works. Reload, maybe that will be what we need to do. Press. Hey, look at that. Boom. It does work. That's pretty slick. Let's see if we can make it like have like a little animation, kind of like a touchable. I feel like we want it to be more like a touchable. Can you make the button UI change a little bit on press, kind of like a touchable opacity? Submit. Pressed. Okay, it's just changing that. Is that, what even is a pressable? I don't remember pressable from React Native. I feel like the other way you could do this is do a touchable opacity. Something like that. Do unpress there. I like that they have shortcuts and stuff here. Maybe I should, okay. Use touchable opacity. I should have just like continued talking to it. Oh, an 8-year-old built an app with AI. That's pretty crazy. Let's see. We need touchable opacity. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. Thought I already accepted this. Okay. Hopefully that didn't break anything. There we go. That little extra touch goes a long way. Okay, let's now say, so if I just remove, sometimes like just changing the code yourself, I feel like it's still faster. Okay, it doesn't like that because I have it in there. Yeah, what I feel like if you're doing stuff where you're like moving files around, it's like the AI doesn't know how to do that very well. Because kind of my question is, it's like I want this account to be a tab, but I don't want it to be a tab. Like I want you to be able to click on here and still be able to see the options, but not have it show up here. So let's see if AI knows how to do this, because I don't know how to do this. Something in Expo, I'm sure it's possible. How can you make the count.tsx tab be a part of the tabs, but not actually show up in the tab menu nav at the bottom? We'll let it search the whole code base, bring in the big guns for this. I'm going to just post something real quick. Going to post my link on Warpcast. So that maybe some more people will jump in here in a second. You know, I'm going to post a link, send it to my wife so she knows what I'm up to. This coffee is really good, by the way. All right. So we asked, where were we? We asked, how do we do this? In the layout.cx file, you add a tab bar button property. This property allows you to customize or hide the tab button. Ooh, set the tab bar button function that returns null, which will effectively hide the tab button. Interesting. Replace these lines. This line hides the tab button. Interesting. See, I didn't know this stuff. So I think that's all we need to do. And we just say apply over here. Did it apply it? Why do I feel like it's not applying these things? Cancel. Do I have to be in the page here? Apply. It's not applying it. Apply to, because it should show me the changes. Maybe, okay, let's just try apply, continue. It should be generating, but it's not working. Guess it's failing. We can always just copy, throw it right here, save. And look at that. It actually worked. It actually worked. That's pretty sweet. So we did that. Now what we're gonna do next, man, this isn't even taking long. We're just blowing through this stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and commit that as well. Let's just check. Added those things. Yeah. Okay. What we're going to do next is we're going to add a relations tab. This is starting to get some new features here where we're going to list off all the other competitors, all the other villages. You're going to get to see those villages, and it's kind of like a leaderboard. You'll get to see what their score is, how many villagers they have, things like that. So that's going to be a pretty sweet feature that we'll have next. Yada. What is this app? What is this app about? Mark is asking. So this is for everyone that's hasn't already heard this. It's called Stoke Fire, and it's a game. It's a little game that's on chain, and the whole goal is to build your village and grow your population. And it's called Stoke Fire because your villagers, they like to be warm. They like the hot fire. And so you have to stoke your fire like every 3 days, and it takes resources. So you're kind of like getting different resources, and then you're, gathering food, gathering wood, getting more resources. Then you use the resources to do different things. And all these actions, everything's on chain. So you're doing everything on the blockchain, and you're competing against the other users that are creating a village. I'm starting out creating the game so where it's built on top of Farcaster, which is like a Twitter kind of app that's in the crypto space. Decent size of people that are using it, at least in crypto. It's still very small scale. But yeah, you can only do these things every so often. So, okay. So now that we have the village, we're going to, this is all looking good. We're going to add another tab. Command K, add another tab for a relations page. The title should be relations. Enter. Oh, whoa. That was weird for a second there. Color, pixelify, yada. Looking pretty good. I think that's good. And then we do Command Enter. Save. It's probably airing out, maybe, because we don't even have a relations screen. But we'll have to create that right now. I like the name relations because it's kind of like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a old style, which is, it's like an old style game. It's like medieval era maybe. All right, yeah. What did the AI pick? Did the AI pick this icon? That's great. That's pretty funny. It's like he's part of my team. He also makes design decisions. Chase, hello. Thanks for asking the question. I just got done answering this, but I'll kind of answer the quick version. Stoke Fire is this new app I'm building. It's a game where you can stoke the fire. Your goal is to create a village and grow the population to as big as possible, and then you have to compete with the other village owners. And it's called Stoke Fire because you have to stoke the fire like every 3 days to keep your fire going. And it takes resources, and building hut takes resources. Everything takes resources. So it's kind of like managing. It's like managing a village that you're creating right here. So should be cool, should be fun. And then you can kind of compete with other people. So we got our relations. This is going to be great because now we can test actually creating a little bit more UI here with the AI. So first step is we need to get the data. And the data is all on here on our players here. So I think what we'll probably do is make a new hook that goes and finds all the players, gets all their villages, orders them by score, and then we have to create like a list view that shows all the players, and it's like a leaderboard, basically. Thanks, Chase. Yeah, it should be fun. I just started working on this and trying to, make something interesting, kind of like a fun game in crypto, because it's all built on the blockchain. So all this stuff is happening on chain. And so there'll be some fun kind of different things that we can add to this. So yeah, should be pretty cool. Okay, so kind of first things first that we need to do is that we have our players' data, and we need to reference each player has a village, and that's where our villagers' data comes in. And so the best way to probably do these queries to get the data that we need is to query for all the villages, and we're going to have some player data as well. So we need to update our indexer. Here we go. Pull down these docs. So Ponder is my indexer, and it handles indexing all the data. And so we need to add like a foreign key so that we can handle actually showing this data. Yeah, we're basically going to do something like this because we need to have, instead of dogs, we have villages, and we need to point to our player. So we have that data within our village query, like within our village data. So if I copy this, and let's go over to our indexer. Hey, Royal Aid. I never know how to say your name. Yeah, it's going good. It's going well. Thanks for stopping by. We are just trying to create a list view of all the other players in our Stoke Fire game. They're all Farcaster accounts. And then so basically this will be like a leaderboard page, and there's lots of different things we can do later with this relations, like actually relate to people, if you know what I mean. That's the plan. So right now we just need to get the data from our players onto our villagers. Let's see. We'll do player ID, and this is going to be player.id. That's the reference. And then we're going to get a player, and it should be p dot. Oh yeah, and we're using cursor for the first time here. Is it something like this? Apparently not. Let's see, is it p.1 and then player ID? So cursor didn't know. There we go. So now we have our player Not sure why. Oh, player ID is missing. So what we might have to do is create our village after our player when we're indexing. Right here. Player.id. So let's do create the player. Probably set the player. I think in every case we'll have a player. Current player. Or we'll just have to set the player ID afterwards. Maybe. Oh, just Royal. I will say that from now on. Royal. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave in there, or you can always DM me or something like that. So yeah, you can DM me. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll get the player ID, set it to null, and then there's a couple different cases. Here, and here. I don't necessarily want to set it multiple times, but I might have to. Let's try using our AI here. Set player ID for the different cases. Let's see if Cursor can do it. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty. That makes sense. That makes sense. And then what is this other else? Oh, that's for there. Looks like we need to set the player ID in this case. Oh, it does. Because it's creating it or it's updating it. Okay. Accept. We'll take it. And then we should have our player ID, which shouldn't be a string. Wait, what was the error? The type number is not assigned with type string. Yep, I think you're right. P dot int. Yeah, it should always be an int. Yep. So that's good. All right, it's looking like it might be good. So now let's see, Royal, you're saying I can load the docs into Cursor. I can add them to the context window. If you go to the gear upper right, then features tab, then scroll it, can add them to the context window. Wow, that would be pretty cool. So gear, general. Hey, silly goose. That's kind of funny. It's a funny name for that. Just calling you silly goose. Yeah, silly goose. Let me know if you have any questions. So where I go, then scroll, it can add them to the context window. Models. Don't have any of that set. Features. Oh yeah, features tab. Docs. Add new doc. No way. Are you kidding me? So then what? It's going to be smart now? It's going to be smart. It knows exactly what to do now. Enter. Ponder. confirm. That would be sweet if it was like, what's red mean? Does that mean it's like having to analyze the page? Resync. Man, this is kind of mind blowing. This is like, you just like tell it all the information that you have. And instead of me having to go to docs and do this stuff, I can reference them with Ponder. Because that's the name here, I'm guessing. What does this do? Index the docs. I mean, I feel like this is the future. Like, we're gonna like be just using AI to quickly create stuff. I think there's definitely like a skill to knowing how to use this well. And once I get better at that, I could see just like being able to build stuff. There's like no going back to documentation on the internet to like, hey, how does this work? You just like do this, see how it works, and then it just like spits out code for you. That's gonna be crazy. Mad libbing, yeah. All right, if I run my indexer, I'm hoping that now we should have, actually that's not my indexer. Let's do this. We should have some player data along. Yeah, not great at trailblazing. Yeah, that makes sense. You're doing something new. Okay, I think I need to reload this. Silly Goose, what are my thoughts? Yeah, I mean, my thoughts are it's pretty awesome so far. I've been using GitHub Copilot for quite a while now, and I just don't really use it that much. Like, I use the autocomplete for like a line, but I don't use it to like generate much code. It's more like it kind of just completes a line of code as I'm writing, and I use it kind of sparingly. Where this, I could see like actually using it quite a bit, especially if it knows documentation, because a lot of coding is like jumping to documentation, right? Like, let's be real. Like, this app is an Expo app, which I don't have a ton of experience with Expo. So like, I'm having to jump to Expo and be like, okay, how does this work? You know, how do you do this? How do you do that? And it just kind of having that plugged in and dialed in could be huge. Actually, yeah, let's go to the Expo docs and let's plug that in. Like, do we just plug in the whole thing? Let's see. No, that's not the right place. I guess I should do just this URL here. Oh, it's indexing my code base right now, maybe? Or is it indexing Ponder? Don't know. The name X was already taken. What? I didn't put that in there. Let's see. What do we want to call this? Just do lowercase? Okay, maybe lowercase works. Might have issue fetching the data. Why? Just because it's this whole big website? Is it better if I just do like one page at a time? Maybe. That would be a little bit annoying, but maybe I could make that could make sense. So, Royal, I don't know if you know, but is the codebase indexing, so is that just indexing all the code? How do I know if it's indexing the docs? Re-index, shift click. So maybe since it's red, it's indexing right now, maybe. It must be indexing, I guess, for that, potentially. Because later I'll have to actually try that. Okay, so in my playground, my indexing I think is working. You can see I can now grab the player, and we now have the player data as well, which is pretty sweet. So next thing that we need to do is we need to make a hook that goes and fetches all the players, and it basically lists them based on score. So let's have Cursor do this for us. Like, why not? Just cheat code, just do it all. Okay. Let's first use what should I call this? Leaderboard? We'll just do players because we might change it later. We'll call it use players, and then we will talk to Cursor. I'm talking to you. Create a hook, use players that pulls data from our GraphQL API for all of the villages and sorts them by score with highest score first. Also pull in the player data for each village. Return the players as a... In some ways, maybe I should call this hook something else. This is more like... It's actually like villages. It's like getting all the villages first, which happens to have a player. Because I might, want to make a hook later that's just getting players, potentially. But hopefully this works and we can update it. Return the players as an array from the hook. And I'm going to have it index my whole code base as doing this because that's probably going to help it actually know what to do here. This is cool though. Okay, certainly. I'll create a use players hook. Here's the implementation. All right, we got our player type. Looks pretty good. We'll probably want to reuse our player type we have somewhere else, I would guess, or we should at least. Player, we got the village, player results. All right, here's the query. Wow, I think that's right. Score descending, getting villages. That's pretty cool. Got the player. That looks like the correct thing. And it's using SWR as it should. That's pretty sweet. And it's mapping through. Nice. So it's mapping through our data and just giving us... Okay, so it's just giving us the player, which isn't quite what we want. We want it to give us a village with a player. And then it's... Oh, wait. So it's giving us players and villages. So that's not quite right. So let's do a follow-up. I think it's funny. So it has the first body of text is more just like asking questions and going against it. And then why doesn't it have apply though? I guess they expect you to just copy it. It's like I want to be able to copy the whole thing. Wait, what is it doing with my indexer code here? Maybe it's just showing you. But I'm going to tell it, can you merge the village data and player data together? So I feel like I'm saying this wrong. I can't prompt right. I want the data all together. I don't want you to split it up. Don't split it up. Let's see if it knows what I mean here. It's gonna mess something up. I feel like, whoa, what are we doing? What? So, not quite what I wanted. No. how do I how do I get it to fix it now? I want you to just keep it the player object. Just keep it as the village object with the player object inside of it. Please be nice. Okay, what'd it do? Hey, yes. I think that's what I want. That's looking pretty good. So, okay. Apply, accept, and boom, we just wrote our app. Okay, so maybe a couple changes. Let's call it like use let's call it use villages, because it is a village and we're really just have a player inside of it. So like that. And then we already have a player here. So at some point I might want to have like a type file, but I kind of like having it be where this main one is. So let's delete this. Obviously want it only in one place. Like so. And we already have this one. We just need to add our player here. So let's do that as well. That works. And then we can delete this village from there. It's all looking pretty good. That makes sense. Yada, 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 yada. Yes. Okay. So now, hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. So now what we need to do is we have our relations tab. And so we're going to go to the relations file. Where am I? Relations. We're going to use our use villages hook. Like so. And now the next task for Cursor. Should we just call him Cursor? What should we call him? We need a name for him. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do Command K. Loop through the villages and create a nice UI. And create a nice list of each village. Each village should be a row that visually shows the player's PFP. What other data? Shows player's PFP on the left. Shows this is basically a design doc. We're just a product manager now. We're just telling our developers what we want them to do. Shows the player's PFP on the left. Shows their score on the far right. To the left of that shows the number of villagers that they have. Let's see. This is just a run-on sentence. We're just running on with their display name and username next to it. All text should be in pixel text. Let's see if we can get this. So, oh wow. So we can choose different API. And I think people say Claude is the best. I've not used it before. Submit. Generate stuff for me. Do it. Make it happen. All right, looks like we're going to have some issues here. Let's see if I just if I go to other pages. Oh yeah, it's still there. Nice. Yeah, we want to tell it use the pixel text component instead of text. That's how we do. That's how you get some pixel text. Looks like we're going to have to import that. We'll have to import the image. That's probably why it's not working. All right, let's tell it. Instead of using style, use Tailwind CSS. Nice, maybe. Why is it hype full there? Not sure. Gray 500. Seems like it might work. They got display name, username, villagers. Oh, they even gave me some emojis. Nice. Yes. Accept. Expo image. Let's see. Make the image round. A circle. What else? And 32 pixel by 32 pixel. Oh, yes, it knows to use Tailwind. Good. All right, this is the test here. Do we even have anything showing up? I don't see it so far. Ooh, we broke. Cannot read property villages. Okay, so our query, not quite working, but no fear. We'll fix that. Villages, items. We should be getting something there. Data, villages, items. Seems right to me. Let's go actually query this under GraphQL API. Make sure that works. So the ordering might not be right. Order by descending. So looks like we need something here. Invalid sort. Column does not exist. This is where we need ponder docs to work. Actually, I should be able to see it in here. No, it doesn't show. What is it? Order by score. And then hey, Royal, thanks for stopping by. There's a tavern later. Sure, I'll check it out if I'm around. I haven't seen, where do I find the link? Bias, Tristle. I'll look for their Farcaster accounts maybe. But sounds good. Okay, so order by score. Before, after, where. Yeah, we don't need a where. Order direction. This is where we want. Descending. Okay, so score 0. All of our scores are 0 right now anyways. But we'll take this back here. So you were kind of wrong, AI, but don't worry. We fixed you. We fixed you. Oh, wow. Wow. It just works, you know? It just works. That's pretty cool. Okay, a couple issues. What is wrong with that PFP? Why is the image half a circle? Villagers. You telling me we have no villagers? Is that what you're telling me? So we should have. There's no villagers. Well, that was a mistake, cursor. That was a mistake. Villagers. Yeah, you didn't look for it, man. What were you thinking? Okay. So you do that. And also, why was this circle very weird? Rounded full. Overfull hidden. Oh, it's doing something weird there. Okay, now we got 0 and 0. That's good. Sweet. I like how they did that. Looks pretty good. Might have to do like a height 12 here. Yeah, it's just kind of big now. Let's do height 8. Height 8. That's looking better. Sweet. Their relations are showing. That's pretty cool. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Now, there's not much more I could do with this. We could add wood and food and just kind of show that as well. I mean, that's definitely faster than I would have been able to create this. Like, if I was creating this code, it would have taken me more time for sure. Like, you know, you kind of create one, like you create one image, you create one view, and then like you kind of copy and paste and then do text. Like I do that a lot. I use copy and paste a lot. So as you're going, can you add text for wood and food resources from the village object as well? Place it to the left of villagers. All right. Yes, wood, food. Oh, yeah, you gave me some emojis. You did it. Accept that. Bravo. And look at that. Except our food is not showing again, so I'm guessing we're also missing that. Yeah, we are. Boom. Now we've got some data coming through. I really don't like this pixel text for numbers. It just does not look great for numbers, but I'm using it right now. I like the pixel text for everything else. Wow, this is coming together, and it's coming together quick. I think we're ready to commit this. Like, it's not perfect. These emojis are not going to be what I have in here forever. We're eventually going to change these, but it's a good start. It's good for now. And it'll be cool once I actually start seeing, we're going to actually start seeing some real players in here that are testing the app out. So now I have to have a bite of my cookie. And while I'm doing that, if you have any questions, feel free. We've been going for 2 hours now, just about 2 hours. All right. So, what's next? I mean, really, this is to a pretty good point where I kind of want to just push this to master, get everything on master, update the Expo app, and then I'm going to start sending this out to my testers. Like, it's kind of the next thing, because this is looking pretty sweet. Like, we have a decent amount to test here. You know, we can have people creating their villages, growing their population, and then have them seeing the leaderboard, seeing them compete for the lead. I mean, we got a good amount of stuff here. So let's see. Let's make sure we can commit this. Yeah, that's good. I use village hook. I thought that I was importing this. All right, yeah, I am. Never mind. That's right. That's for the use villagers. Looks good. We made that touchable. We added a new that. We made that null. Nice. Okay, yeah. This is in our indexer. We added the player ID. We are creating that afterwards. So that's good. Added these. Sweet. So, yeah, I should be able to push all that. There shouldn't be a problem there. I'm not changing anything on the smart contract, so that shouldn't break anything on the indexer. Oh, but I am on a different branch right now. So we'll probably merge over here. What else did we do? Updated the indexer. Push. Sweet. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and push this to production. And then I'm going to send an update for the new app. I guess one thing I need to check is in Stoke Fire app loading wrapper. No. Oh yeah, login screen. Did we change this back? Yeah, so it should be Farcaster on there. We can kind of like test these new changes work for. We can test that these new changes work for me once I push it, because I have it on my phone here. So we'll check on my phone, and then I can actually start letting some early access users start to play around with this. All right, let's check on master. Make sure we're good there, even though no one else is working on this except me. Git merge, PFP. All right, so this should be working. So we actually have, I'm using Vercel for a website, some backend stuff. I'm using Railway for the indexer backend code. So like this indexer stuff. And then we're using Expo for the actual mobile app. And so kind of the next step is once that pushes, make sure it works on my backends there. And then we're just going to push an update to Expo. And that should be all we need. And we should be kind of making this happen. Okay. I'm just looking at my Vercel just successfully built. I'm looking at my other build on Railway, making sure that's all working. But yeah, if you joined Cursor, I've been using Cursor, I think I like 100% recommend that you go try this out. Like, I think from now, like going forward, I'm going to be using this as my editor right now. Like, this is good. Okay, built, worked on Railway. So if I go to here, let's see what this, so this is my public domain. Let's see, yeah, we've got players. I do wonder how this works. Do I have to like re-index? No, it works. I wasn't sure if like every time I push the indexer, because the events happened in the past, like does it re-index? I didn't really know with Ponder how that works, but it looks like it's just working. I just push the update and it just has the data. So apparently it was able to work. This is actually my village. This is on, right now we're on a test net, but it's actually working and pulling data and stuff. Okay, so now, next step, I need to look at a couple things here, not show my screen. So we got that and do this. Okay, so next what we need to do is I need to send an update to Expo production. Let's see, added relations tab with the leaderboard and PFP for, doesn't like that. I don't see what I'm writing anymore, but hopefully this works. Enter. Is it working? It looks like it. Okay, so we should now be able to see this building on Expo. Might take a second. And then we should be able to update our app, which would be awesome. Have some people actually playing this. If you're interested in being one of the early access users for Stoke Fire, right now I have, it's kind of like a Patreon, but it's actually like a crypto version of Patreon called Hypersub. And it's just $15 well, like $12, and that kind of gives you early access. And I just wanted, people to have some skin in the game. I don't want a ton of people really trying it early on because I'm just like early in building this thing and want some feedback from a few people that are interested. So I have that. That's what that is. Okay. Added. Okay. Update sent branch production. So now this is the cool part here. So I don't know if you can see this very well. Not really. We should be able to have the update actually in the app. So, man, it's blurry. Okay, you can kind of see that there. There's 2 buttons. So I think if I get out of the app, come back into the app, I think I actually have to like remove it, then come back. If it does like a fresh reload here, then we should hear fresh reload. Okay, it's like it was before. No, there's no button. There should be an update button that allows us to update the app locally, client side, and then we should see all of our updates. What's the deal here? Maybe it takes a couple minutes. It does say update. I just removed it again. And maybe when I jump back in this time, come on, where is it? Hope it didn't break. Hey, Ross. Someone just jumped on my hypersub, so sweet. Thanks. Glad to have you. I will add you to mjr.eth. I will add you to our... We have a group chat for our early access users in Farcaster. So I just added you right now, since you just came through. Okay. I guess I was just showing my email. Did not mean to do that. Whoops, did not mean to do that. You didn't see nothing. Sorry about that. I was just showing my... We'll forget about that. Okay, let's see. Maybe my update will work now. Jumping back into the app. Still not showing. Let me look at the code. I got to remember how this works just to make sure we have this right. So on the account page, of course I've updated some of this, but we have a check. We have this update app button here. And this does a check. Checks for updates. And if it's available, it will then show our button. If not, it will log an error. Wonder if there's a way I can try this locally. Okay, so all right, so it's not accessible in Expo Go. So I guess that makes sense. But on here, on my phone, I'm not using Expo Go. It should be normal. Let's see if I just go to test flight. I might not have the latest, potentially, because there's an update. Yeah, I'm on 104. And where my screens are messed up. Desktop 2, let's put that here. And this is 105. So I have a wrong build, basically. Okay, so I'm updating on my phone, and now I should be able to get the latest stuff and be good. That's what I'm hoping. Okay. Opening up the app. And boom, we've got it. It says update to latest version. I would have hoped that they would have already had that. All right, we're updating. And yep. There it is. I don't know if you can see it, but I have the relations tab. It's not showing the image on the top right. So we have something wrong there. So we have something to fix. It might be here. So we're in our layout. So it's actually probably something in our use account hook, this stuff, where we're trying to get the account ID and stuff like that. Now, what I could maybe do to test this better is if I changed my constants to actually look at the production one, then we could actually see what's going on here. So if I go down to constants, if we actually don't look at that one, and if I reload, we want to see what data we're getting for the villagers. So we only got email and wallet still coming through. I was expecting to see a Farcaster one. All right, we need to go to our hooks, use account hook. Let's log out the account. So we've got our test emails, we got address. So we don't have a Farcaster one. But we have a test email, which means we're still not pulling the right URL. Maybe we need to rerun to get our constants. Might be what we need to do. Reload that. Still only email and addresses. Let's see if I go look at the user here. Yeah, wrong user. So we're still getting not the data I'm expecting. Because, oh yeah. This data is coming from the user, and this is a user from Privy. Gotcha. So we're getting just our test privy user. And so it's not going to pull in. We're not actually pulling stuff from our GraphQL. So that's why it's not changing anything. What's the best way to test this? I want a Farcaster user. I think, that's what I could do. Maybe not. Let's use privy. I'd have to basically log in as a Farcaster user, and I don't think there's a great way I can do that. Or maybe if just in my docs. Well, technically, Cursor should now know because these still show X's. It doesn't know because we haven't given it the docs yet. Let's try to give it some docs. Let's give it these docs for privy. Privy Expo. Confirm. So this is going to give it some documentation on privy stuff. So maybe we can now kind of talk to it about what's going on here. Maybe I will ask a question here. Hey there. For my accounts, I'm not getting the Farcaster data for these types. The Farcaster data comes from privy. Maybe you can look to see what the right return types are. I don't even think the docs show this, though. That's kind of part of the problem. So I don't really expect this to get anywhere that I was hoping, but see what it thinks. It's just like trying to change the type of a Farcaster account. That doesn't really help me, really. I'm trying to think. If I somehow could see some logs from my phone, if I could send logs somewhere. This is where having an event service, data service where you can send stuff. Hey, Kasim, probably not saying you're right. Yes, I am a real person. This is me. This is what I look like. The PFP, my profile avatar is kind of supposed to look like me. I know it probably doesn't really look like me, but we're trying. But yeah, I could get an event service and send some data here to see if that works. Oh, wait a second. It's showing up now. It's now showing up on that screen. It's not showing up on my relations one. So not sure why there, but it's somewhat working at least. It might just be a matter of when I opened up the app or something. So that's pretty sweet. I think it's working. It's fine enough for now. We don't want to do that. Discard changes. Yeah, so now if I open up the app, see if it has my updates. There it is. Yeah, so it shows my PFP in the top right on there as well. And it's pretty much working. So this is pretty cool. Thanks for stopping by. I think we might be close to ending the stream here. Because we kind of got a lot done. We've gotten this UI for the top here. We got a new tab for accounts that we can show all that stuff. And now I just kind of need to send this out to my early access users and get them testing it. So thank you. And we've gone, how long have we been going for? We've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So it's been a good, decent stream. We need live session for building a micro SaaS. I mean, that would be cool. This isn't a micro SaaS, but kind of similar. Like I am like, this is a project like I'm foresee spending a good amount of time on, and it's going to be a business. It's actually going to make money. Like that's the plan. Even though this is a game, but it's built on the blockchain, and I have some different interesting ideas of how this could be a money making thing. But yes, this is not B2B. This is like consumer. This is like trying, because in crypto, I think we need more apps. We need like more fun apps that people actually want to play. And so that's kind of my goal with this, where, yeah, I don't know. B2B is fun. B2B, like you can definitely make some good businesses and stuff, but it's not as fun as making fun games and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, consumer's hard. Definitely. But that's why I want to go for it. I like the challenge. I want to see if I can make something happen, So, all right. Well, thanks for stopping by. I like the fun part, but we need money. Thankfully, I have another business that's kind of like a pro-consumer business. It's my other business called Poolfish. That's kind of my main thing. And it, at least like right now, it's paying the bills. And so then I can have kind of some fun with something like this. And we'll see how this goes. If this doesn't end up working out, if I work on it for a month or two and it doesn't really work out, then yeah, I can always exit this project or move away from this project and continue doing what I'm doing on other places. But with this game, you got to create your village and you got to stoke the fire to keep building the population. So I'll probably do some more of these. I'm also kind of thinking of doing short videos. I feel like I can maybe like a short video that's like a minute to 2 minutes might be a better way of keeping people up to date with what's going on, and more people might be able to see it and watch it rather than like a live stream obviously takes a lot of time for people to kind of follow along and stuff. I've had fun doing these, but all right. Thanks everyone for stopping by. I'll see you in